I'm crazy sick. It's not looking good. I'm really sick right now. I don't feel the best, but I wanted to pump out a video real quick, right? Because I had the idea for this topic, and I wanted to make a video on why being a casual free-to-play in these gacha games is the worst experience ever. Now, please, people, when I say casual, I mean casual, right? I'm not talking about the so-called casual free-to-plays who will literally never take a break off this game and always invest their time and into farming relics and investing into characters. I'm talking about actual casuals. You know, that's more like hardcore free-to-play is what you're describing. Actual casuals who play this game for like a month or 2 months, take a break, come back after another month or 2 months and play for a month or 2 months. And it's a repeating cycle, right? They don't just stick to one game for eternity and always have the time to just play these games, right? Sorry if you hear my nose a little too much. I'm very sick, right? So I wanted to make this video because I think the gacha community has it severely fucked up on the standards for what casual means. There is a reason why only 0.5% of the player base is even able to clear MOC, right? And it's probably actually lower than that because that percentage is from Pride Win, meaning the majority of people who have knowledge of Pride Win are most likely not even casual, right? Like they literally submitted their UID to Pride Win for these statistics. So it's actually more likely that the statistics are skewed and it's higher than it shows on Pride Win. And there's less and less people who actually clear MOC than we're aware of. But on Pride Win, I believe it's like 0.5% or 1%, right? So the reason why I'm using Honkai Star Rail for an example today is because Honkai Star Rail has probably had, of any of the games I've played, the most power creep, right? In Genshin, you really don't have power creep because of elemental reactions. You can make up not having certain 5-star characters and god tier characters by literally just doing the right reactions, okay? So I'm not including Genshin, since Genshin, sure, it has power creep, but probably in the elemental reactions, not really in characters, right? Even then, a Hu Tao still works very good today, right? And then in Wuwa, it's simply too early, right? Yes, Jinshi is stronger than everyone else by like 15%, but the game literally just released, so it doesn't really fucking matter. Like, there are people soloing Tower of Adversity with a Chang Li, right? So it doesn't really matter that much, at least for now. So the reason why I'm Honkai Star Rail is Honkai Star Rail has had the worst case of power creep, where the recent characters are like twice as strong as the old ones, right? Firefly, even at low investment, my team right here, Firefly, Harmony MC, Gallagher, and a Lynx. I don't even have Ruan Mei, and I use Lynx because my team is so unbuilt that fuck, I'm so sick. My team is so unbuilt that at times I need extra heals because I simply can't keep up, right? This team, on average, still does like 500-600k a cycle. Yeah, yes, that sounds incredibly low because it is. Most of these characters don't have relics. The only person on this team that actually has even semi-built relics is Firefly. And as I said, she's doing around 500 to 600k a cycle, which is fucking insane, by the way. If you were to use the same quality of relics that I have on this team, on even, let's say, an Acheron team or any other DPS, you're doing 100 to 200k a cycle max. Like, you just aren't doing that much, right? Now, Acheron and Firefly, they are so much more broken than every other previous DPS that they nearly invalidate them. Now, yes, this is getting back into the topic of power creep, but what makes power creep in these games so annoying isn't necessarily that the characters get stronger, it's that the enemies get stronger in order to match the growth of the new character's strength. And so it becomes a thing of, you need this crazy amount of investment for older DPSs and older teams, and most people don't have that investment, and so they end up struggling on MOC or Apocalyptic Shadow and not being able to clear it because enemy HP has gone up by like 2 to 3 times what it used to be in the old days, right? Like, it's gone up massively. We now have bosses who are literally hitting 1,000,000 HP, man. It's getting insane how much HP these bosses have. And then some of them have fucking, what, like 2 lives, two phases? Like, it's getting very difficult these days as a casual free-to-play to actually clear the content, right? Now, if it was like 10% of people cleared the endgame content, that'd be fine. But when it's 0.5%, there's an actual issue at hand here, right? Like, almost no one in your game is actually clearing or able to clear the endgame content, whether it be because of a knowledge diff and they're just stupid and don't know how to optimize cycles, or they don't have investment, they simply can't do it, right? So, the reason why this is so fucked up is because the majority of people who play these games are casual free-to-plays. So, right, let's say you were here for Jingliu's or Don Hung's rerun, right? That's actually when I started this game, when Imbibitor Lune got his rerun. That's when I started this game, right? Literally like 2 to 3 patches later, I think we get Jingliu rerun. Oh no, it was 1 or 2 patches later we get Jingliu rerun. And at this point in time, everyone thought like, bro, no one can top these two, right? These two are the most broken DPSs. They're never going to be topped. Pull them now. And then Acheron comes out. And Acheron legit does 2 to 3 times more damage. I don't know if you guys seen, but most of the guide makers you see on YouTube couldn't even full star MOC before Acheron released. I remember in specific some girl who uses like some pixel avatar admitted that her first time ever full starring MOC was when Acheron released, and she used Acheron on it. So Acheron came out and literally blew every other DPS out of the water. It wasn't even close, right? And now we have Firefly. Now Firefly, well, she herself isn't technically broken, right? She's a very good DPS, don't get me wrong, but it is Super Break as a mechanic that is broken, right? Super Break is the most broken thing in the entirety of this game. It allows everyone on your team to do DPS damage without even trying, right? Like, it's just a side dish, right? It's getting some licks in, right? Your Ruame is going to hit 20 to 30k with her basic. Your Gallagher is going to hit 50k and sometimes 100k with his ult. Your Harmony Trailblazer is going to hit 100k with his E. Like, you do massive damage even when your DPS is yet to take their turn. And it is a very, very broken mechanic. So then the enemies got stronger in order to make this, you know, fair, so that it wouldn't be too easy. But now everyone who's taken a break back then in the previous patches, let's say they took a 2-patch break and they have Don Hung and Jingliu and now they can't get Acheron or Firefly, what the fuck are they gonna do, right? I mean, Yun Li's coming out, but Yun Li is still nowhere near their level. Yun Li's like Don Hung Jingliu level. So there's this issue where you simply cannot clear the endgame content so long as you are a casual free-to-play. And again, casual free-to-play does not mean someone who literally never takes a break off this game and is constantly investing into their characters. Casual free-to-play means someone who plays the game for a short while, takes a break, comes back, right? That is most people. Most people are addicted to these gacha games and non-stop playing them. Social media will have you thinking otherwise, but most people on social media who make content off these games or constantly talk about them are people who are hardcore and simply never stop playing these games, right? So, it's a real issue here, right? Because the enemy's HP bar is getting higher and higher. Fei Xiao is leaked to be Acheron level, by the way. So we're going to have our third DPS that's Acheron level or above soon. And it's just kind of sad, right? Like, you can't get everything in this game or clear all the content in this game unless you're just a die-hard hardcore player who simply never quits, right? And it's just very sad to me. I do think it's unfair. Once again, I'm not complaining about characters getting stronger. I'm complaining about enemies getting stronger and older characters not getting any stronger to compensate for it, right? It fucking sucks, okay? Like, you really have to think about it this way, right? Let's say you're in a game that isn't like gacha where there's constantly new characters. There's already all this gear in the game. Everything is balanced. It all has a system. Let's say you dedicate 100 hours into farming in Warframe. And then you come back after a few months break. You're still going to be doing the same damage against newer enemies, right? Like, it's not going to be all that much different, so you won't really feel like you missed out on anything. And if you did, you can just literally grind it. That's the beauty of Warframe. You can just grind anything in the game almost, right? But in these gacha games, you can spend literally like 100 to 200 hours into this game, take a 1 to 2 month break, miss a banner with Acheron or Firefly, and have to deal with enemies that now have 50% increased HP. And now you don't have any new DPSs to compensate for that huge jump in HP. So clearing the content gets increasingly more and more difficult. And this is what happened to me, by the way. It makes you want to quit the game, right? It makes you want to quit the game when you see that when you're investing hundreds of hours into this video game, but the moment you take a break from it and miss a good character, you're going to be struggling and on your toes fighting against all these new bosses and mobs and whatever, right? It's sad in my opinion. Like, this should never be a thing because it rewards the new players, right? New players are the only ones who actually get something out of this. I'll give you an example. I had a friend. Now, yes, he did get lucky, but I had a friend, and I convinced him to play Honkai Star Rail since we both played WoWa together. Ever since release, we played WoWa. I'm like, bro, Honkai Star Rail's pretty cool. You should try it. He's like, yeah, I don't know, the turn-based, you know. But I was like, bro, just give it a shot, see if you like it. And he ended up liking it in the end, right? He finished Penacony. He did all he had to do. He was able to get Ruan Bay, Firefly, and her Lyco within one patch because he was a new player and he had all these rewards that he could gather up and get. So he now has automatically, by the way, automatically the best team in the game because Gallagher was on an event at the time and he was on the banner. So he had a really good Gallagher. Harmony MC is free. He has Firefly and he has Ruan May. That is instantly the one of, if not the strongest team in the entirety of this game that can clear every single bit of content, right? So these changes benefit new players, but they shit on veteran and old players who simply didn't keep up with the times, right? And so it really does suck. I'm just gonna be honest, it really sucks. I feel bad for anyone out there who's had to experience this. Power creep in these gacha games, the reason why it's such a hot topic isn't just because, oh, this character is stronger, this character clears faster. It becomes a problem and a hot topic because the enemies as well get stronger and get increased, you know, HP. Maybe they do more damage. They get new mechanics that are harder to counter if you don't have a certain character, right? So, just a quick video, right? Wanted to give my thoughts on this topic. I do think gacha games for casual free-to-plays fucking sucks, right? At least if you're going into these games thinking, oh, if I invest 100 to 200 hours in the game, I probably should be able to clear most of the content. That's not gonna be that's not accurate. I'm sorry, man. It simply isn't. That might be enough for like one team in terms of relics, and that's even a stretch in itself. But for a second team, well, you're gonna have to invest another 200 hours, right? Oh, you missed a patch with the strongest DPS? Oh, well, now enemies are 30% stronger with more HP, with more annoying mechanics that are harder to counter if you don't have this new character. And it's like, oh, okay, man, fuck off, right? So, yeah, just a quick video. Let me know what you guys think. I'm very, very, very sick. Sorry if my thoughts weren't, like, completely clear, or my nose was annoying you. So sorry, guys. I'm really, really sick right now. And yeah, hope you all have a good day. Hope you all have a great night. Peace.